Good morning and welcome back to school. I hope that you've all had a great summer and that you're all well rested and ready for what promises to be an exciting school year. You should have all received a copy of the schedule for today. Our agenda for this meeting is as follows. We will start with an introduction of our new faculty and staff members. Next, we will acknowledge faculty and staff members who have reached milestones in their employment in our district with our Years of Service Awards. Following that, our Assistant Kathy O'Hara, Assistant Superintendent Kathy O'Hara, will speak briefly with you. And then I will conclude this meeting with some information about some of the changes and opportunities that we have this year. Before we begin, I would like to extend to you all a warm welcome back from the President of the Board of Education, Frank Sambetz, and all of our board members. Mr. Sambetz was scheduled to speak at this time, but unfortunately had a work scheduling conflict. He has asked me to express his and the board's thanks for all of your hard work last year and for your diligent efforts in preparation for this school year. I would like to echo Mr. Sambetz and also give a special thanks to the members of our administrative team for their efforts last year and especially during this past summer. This has been the busiest summer since I came to Chester 7 years ago. In addition to following all of the changes and new developments in COVID safety, our administrative team handled an unprecedented level of personnel changes, altogether over 30 staffing changes or additions. During a time of worker and teacher shortages nationwide, our administrative team has been successful in finding and hiring a very talented and energetic group who we will be introducing to you shortly. As we go into a new school year, our administrators will be working closely with our new and returning faculty and staff as we welcome our students back to school. I am confident that our administrators will provide calm, confident, and deliberate leadership through whatever challenges and opportunities await us in this new school year. And I would like to acknowledge our administrators at this time. Our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Kathy O'Hara. Our Chester Academy Assistant Principal and Athletic Director, Rolando Aguilar. Our Chester Elementary School Principal, Mary Kate Bosch. Our District Business Official, Mr. Aaron Brennan. Our Director of Facilities, Mr. Matthew DeRosa. Our Chester Academy Principal, Mr. John Flanagan. Our Director of Pupil Personnel Services, Rachel Loftus. And our Director of Technology and Data Management, Mr. Ed Spence. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our administrative clerical staff who are instrumental in the success of everything that occurs in our district. My administrative assistant, Joanne Velastro, the office staff at Chester Elementary School, the office staff at Chester Academy, and staff in the business office and PPS office, the members of our IT department, our food service workers, and last and certainly not least, our buildings and grounds team. Thank you all for everything that you have done this summer to prepare for the return of our students, faculty, and staff. Now we would like to introduce our new faculty and staff. I will ask that the principals or other supervisory personnel introduce the new staff in their schools or departments. And I will start by introducing our new administrators. Kathy O'Hara is by no means new to our district, but she is in a new and important position this year as she takes on the role of Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction. Kathy has been in the Chester School District for 18 years in a variety of positions, most recently as principal of Chester Elementary School. In her new position as Assistant Superintendent, she will be working closely with the building principals and teachers in aligning our curriculum and instruction with the next generation learning standards. This summer, She developed the Universal Pre-Kindergarten program for our school district, which begins on Wednesday. Previously, Kathy was instrumental in launching our K-12 STEM program, and now she gets to assist in implementing the high school portion of this important program. Good luck to you in your new position, Kathy.
Thank you.
Mary Kate Bosch joined us this summer as the new principal of Chester Elementary School. Mary Kate hit the ground running this summer, working closely with Kathy O'Hara in developing our UPK program, including hiring the new pre-kindergarten teacher and teacher aides, purchasing furniture and equipment for the UPK classroom, and working with our new pre-K teacher on developing new curriculum for the program. Prior to coming to Chester, Mary Kate worked as an assistant principal in Sullivan County BOCES, and prior to that, she was an assistant principal at a charter school in Brooklyn. Ms. Bosch began her career working as a special education paraprofessional before becoming certified as a special education teacher, elementary school teacher, and a school administrator. Welcome to Chester, Mrs. Bosch. Now I would like to invite Ms. Bosch to introduce the new faculty and staff at Chester Elementary School.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome back. As the principal of Chester Elementary School, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new employees and recognize our employees that have made moves into new positions at CES. My name is Mary Kate Bosch, and like several others at Chester Elementary School, I am new to the school. I began the new principalship this summer. I come with a background of being an assistant principal at Sullivan County BOCES and a charter school in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. Upon my arrival in mid-July, I had the opportunity to get to know some select students, families, and staff in our summer school program. Everyone has been most welcoming, and I am looking forward to a great school year. I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of the staff that have been moved into new positions at CES. Ms. Bridget Cassetta and Ms. Pamela Jones both interviewed and were selected as the new UPK teacher aides. Ms. Cassetta has a history with CES as the president of the PTA, a parent, and a part-time special education aide. We are happy to have her in our UPK program. Ms. Pamela Jones, as well, was a part-time special ed aide, and her pleasant demeanor and positive history with students and staff at CES will serve the UPK program well. While I am talking about UPK, I'd like to take a moment to welcome Ms. Angela Tandy as our UPK teacher. Ms. Tandy comes to CES with many years of experience in the New York City Department of Education as an elementary teacher and reading specialist since 2007. Ms. Tandy has been hard at work in her new classroom to ensure our newest program at CES and our youngest members of the school will be well supported, comfortable, and engaged in their classroom. The UPK classroom is located in room 131. Ms. Janice Costa joins us as the new primary AIS reading teacher. Mr. Costa comes to us with a wealth of experience as an AIS reading teacher, a literacy teacher, and a general education teacher since 2004. Mr. Costa is very knowledgeable in reading interventions and supporting students with Tier 2 services. Mr. Costa lives in the Chester community, and we are happy to have her to support our at-risk kindergarten, first, and second grade readers. She will be located in room 233 in the second grade cluster. Lastly, I'd like to welcome Ms. Irene Giannakakis, who will be a substitute school monitor at CES. Ms. Giannakakis may be new to the CES team, but she is a resident of Chester and has 3 children that attend Chester Union Free School District, which include an 11th grader, a 7th grader, and a 3rd grader. Ms. Giannakakis speaks highly of CES and her own experiences as a parent. She has a lot of energy, and we feel she will be a great fit supporting our students during their lunch and recess at CES.
Thank you, Ms. Bosch. Now, Mr. Flanagan, our Chester Academy principal, will introduce the new faculty and staff that will be joining Chester Academy this fall.
Thank you, Mr. Petrolak, and we have a very extensive list we're very excited about to introduce here. We're excited to welcome a number of new staff members to Chester Academy for the 2021-22 school year. We're looking forward to our community having the opportunity to meet our new staff as the school year progresses. Here are some of the personnel that'll be starting with us this week that you'll get an opportunity to meet today as you get around the building. We're very excited to welcome Chris DeLeo as our new 8th grade English teacher. That's correct. I said 8th grade, and we are not losing Mrs. Styler. Mrs. Styler will be working with the 7th grade team this year. So there's a move as well. Mr. DeLeo joins us with experience from teaching in New York City, in the public schools in New York City. He's taught high school. He's very excited to start teaching middle school, and he has a true passion and love for what he does, for literature, for the arts, and we're excited to have Chris as part of our team. Also joining us, replacing Miss Shuck, who in case you're learning for the first time, Miss Shuck and her family did move her husband had a position, and they did move, and she was very sorry to leave, and we will miss her very much. But we're very excited to welcome Miss Pelicano as our 8th grade science teacher, and she'll be teaching the 8th grade biology as well. Mrs. Pelicano has worked in the Archdiocese for 18 years, and Ms. Pelicano is excited to get started here at Chester Academy, and so we welcome her and look forward to supporting her. We're very lucky to find Mr. Benjamin Heyer this summer to bring on as our new technology teacher, as he's freshly graduated from SUNY Oswego. Benjamin lives in the area. He lives in the Monroe area. He did a leave replacement, actually teaching food and nutrition in Cornwall. So we're excited, and he's willing to get his hands in just about anything. But as a certified tech teacher, he was a top priority for us, and we're excited to welcome Benjamin. Somebody who is not new to Chester Academy, but we're all very excited to continue to work with here in our building is Miss Jennifer Barretto, who is our new school counselor. And Mrs. Barretto will be working down in our guidance office in Gail Blaine's old office. She'll be working with our internship program, our workplace learning program, be doing work with social emotional learning, and she will be assisting with mandated counseling and day-to-day counseling of our students. So we're excited to have Mrs. Barretto just in a new role. But replacing Mrs. Barretto in the health classroom this year will be Jennifer Daly. Jennifer is not a new teacher. Jennifer has experience teaching on Long Island. She's a certified New York State dance teacher and taught in the public schools on Long Island. And she's also a certified health teacher, and she'll be joining us here at Chester Academy. So we're excited to have Jennifer. Miss Julianne Dorsis is our new chemistry teacher and will be teaching AP Environmental Science. Julianne joins us from New York City as well. She worked in the Harlem Children's Zone, which is a charter school in New York City, and was not only a science teacher, but a dean of students. So Julianne brings a vast background of experience, and Julianne has been working hard here the last week getting her classroom set up, and we can't wait for our students to meet Julianne. As many of you have heard, Mr. Latini, who was a longtime teacher here at Chester Academy, has moved to a district a little closer to his house, but we are really excited to welcome Ms. Kimberly Christie as our new middle school art teacher in her first teaching position. So welcome, Ms. Christie. We're excited to have you, and our students are going to be very excited to get their paints out and get their hands a little dirty in your art classroom. Maggie Biger is our new computer teacher's aide here at Chester Academy, replacing Miss Lynn Brown. Maggie's going to do a little bit of everything here in our building. She'll be working in some of the classrooms with our technology teachers and doing a little work with STEM. She'll be working and supporting in the main office, and also be helping out and working and supporting attendance. She'll be helping out with online testing, with NWEAs and the CBTs, which I know the staff loves to hear that we'll have support in that area. And we're very excited to welcome Maggie to the team here. Mr. Charles Allspatch is going to be doing a 7-week leave replacement for Mr. Olive, who I just sent an email. We're congratulating on the birth of his new child. So congratulations, Mr. Olive. Mr. Allspatch has worked in a variety of schools and has experience teaching science and loves to really get the hands-on approach to science. So welcome, Mr. Allspach, to Chester Academy. Even if it isn't long-term, we're excited to have you. And Mr. Olive will be here the first week working with Mr. Allspach and helping him transition. And then finally, we'd like to welcome Mr. Kevin Flynn. Kevin is a great, an amazing individual. He is a retired head custodian from the Tuxedo School District, and Kevin is joining us to be our greeter / monitor at the front door. He'll also be working on attendance as well, in assisting, in that program, which we all know is such a bear of a program. And so we're really excited to welcome Kevin. And when you have the opportunity today, make sure you get a chance to say hello to all of our new staff that have been hired and introduced today, and we're excited and welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Flanagan. Next up is our Director of Pupil Personnel Services, Ms. Rachel Loftus, and she will introduce the new special education staff.
Good morning and welcome back. I'm very excited to have you all with us this morning. I have a number of individuals who are rejoining us or joining us on the teams in both buildings. So starting with the elementary, I'd like to welcome back in a new capacity, Justin Bourne. Justin is a name that most of us know through his past roles as a technology intern, teacher's assistant, and special education long-term leave replacement. We're very excited to welcome Justin as our elementary special education teacher in the 4th and 5th grade classroom at Chester Elementary. He will be in the 5th grade cluster. Also a familiar face, Victoria Garlock. Victoria joined us at the end of last school year as a remote special education teacher. She was a wonderful addition to the CES team at the end of last school year and will now be joining us more formally as a special education 12-on-1 teacher in our 1st and 2nd grade classroom. Victoria will be located in the 2nd grade cluster. Also joining us at CES, a new face is April Fitzgerald. April will be working in our kindergarten and 1st grade special education classroom. She has previously worked as a UPK teacher in Middletown, New York, and holds New York State certification in early childhood education. April will be joining us as a teacher's aide while she also pursues further education. Elijah Flansburgh at the elementary school will be joining us as a TA. Elijah has a background in archaeology and anthropology. We're very excited for him to join our team. And Elijah will be working in a number of rooms around Chester Elementary, including our 1st and 2nd grade classroom. As I'm transitioning from the buildings, elementary to academy, I do want to announce that Barbara Larger, who previously worked at Chester Academy, will be joining us in the elementary school. Barbara will be working as a TA in our 2nd and 3rd grade special education classroom. All right, Chester Academy. I would like to say a fond farewell to Taylor Lyons, who is likely on with us this morning. Taylor, we wish you all the best as you leave to take a new job with an ed tech company. She was with us through last school year, and Taylor will be with us through the first few weeks of this school year. Taking the position as the special education and social studies instructor that will be vacated, we are very pleased to have the opportunity to welcome back Ryan Stover as an academy special education teacher. As many of you know, Ryan has been a valued teacher at Chester Academy for a number of years and will be rejoining us later in the month of September. District-wide, we have a new school psychologist, Rebecca Davis. Rebecca is joining us with many years of experience in the field. Rebecca will spend most mornings at Chester Elementary and most afternoons at the Academy building. I say most because she will also have additional district responsibilities, which may include traveling to some locations that Chester students attend. Rebecca has already been working hard with us this summer with our social emotional learning concepts, and we're very excited to have her on board. Finally, I'd like to introduce Tyra Busigo. Tyra is joining us as a part-time social worker at Chester Academy. She has experience as a social worker at Northwell Health and as a community mental health and treatment specialist at Orange County Department of Mental Health. Both Tyra and Rebecca will share the office adjoining the Chester Academy Library, which was formerly used as the ISS room. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Loftus. And last up, introducing our new staff is Mr. Brennan, who will introduce our new non-instructional employee.
Well, thank you, sir, and good morning to all. I do have one new staff member, Danielle McFarland. She will be taking over for Doug Fry in the Chester Academy kitchen. So hopefully you can all get a chance to go down and wish her well and meet her, and she can meet you. She's bringing a new style and a new energy to that program. So hopefully we'll get off on the right foot and have a wonderful year.
Thank you, Mr. Brennan. And next, we'd like to acknowledge those members of our faculty and staff who have reached significant employment milestones in their careers here in the Chester School District. And assisting with this acknowledgement will be Mr. Brennan. So, Mr. Brennan, would you please announce our years of service members?
Absolutely, and thank you again. First of all, for 10 years of service with the Chester School District, Deb Hassini. She is the music teacher here at Chester Academy. And also two of the folks that you see in front of you here, Ms. Rachel Loftus and Mr. Ed Spence. Congratulations on 10 years. 15 years of service to the district. We have Evelyn Contreras and Eve Kowalski. Congratulations to you. Now for the instructional staff, 15 years of service is a pretty good list this year. We have Teresa Benedict, Jen Barretto, who, as you mentioned, will be in a new role, Marissa Cameron, Tricia Maggi, Catherine Nelting, and of course, Michelle Thompson. Again, for 15 years of service in our teaching ranks. For 20 years of service, I want to congratulate Jessica Alvarez and Patty Goodrich, two of our fine clerical staff. Thank you. And for 20 years of service on the instructional side, we have Amy Carolla, Tony Keglevitz, and Mr. Mel Wessenberg. Congratulations to you all. And thank you.
Thank you again, Mr. Brennan. Now I would like to introduce our Assistant Superintendent, Kathy O'Hara.
Congratulations, everyone, and welcome back. So here we are again dealing with masks and social distancing. However, this year the difference is we've already been through it, right? So we now have a significant opportunity to reflect, revise, and as always, improve. My goal to that end is to work with teams K through 12 to begin to create a scope and sequence for our curriculum, as well as discuss the materials or programs that you need in order to support that effort. This is not a one-year task, however, one that needs to begin. You'll be hearing more information in the next few weeks, inclusive of invitations to join meetings, representative of your subject area or area of expertise. We are a small district, but with a tremendous opportunity to bring educators together in working towards a common goal. Throughout all disciplines, I hope to bring a focus through the lens of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Mrs. Loftus, Mrs. Bosch, and Mr. Flanagan will be supporting the implementation of Choose Love district-wide, addressing the most important aspect that impacts learning, social emotional well-being. I also will be supporting the progression of the makerspace, new to the academy, and in phase 2 at the elementary school. Thank you so much to Team CES for your dedication and support throughout the last 2 years and prior to. Thank you to the staff of the Academy for a warm welcome back to this building. I look forward to working with all of you this year and wish each and everyone a phenomenal start to 21-22.
Mr. Petrarch, you're muted.
Thank you. In my letter to our parents and guardians 2 weeks ago, on which you were all copied, I outlined our safety plans for this year. Those plans are available on our school website and should be very familiar to all of you. Please note that we will no longer be requiring students, faculty, and staff to complete daily health screenings. However, we will still be requiring daily temperature checks since we have equipment that can quickly and effectively screen for elevated body temperatures. Also note that there have been changes to recommendations for social distancing. These recommendations provide for 3 feet social distancing for students. However, the recommendations of 6 feet of social distancing for adults still remains in place. If you have any questions about our safety protocols, please see your principal or supervisor. Our district is also currently in the process of developing a mandatory vaccination policy for district employees. This policy would include a requirement for weekly testing for non-vaccinated staff. More information about this policy will be shared with you in the coming days. In my letter to faculty and staff last week, I outlined a number of new programs and changes that we are implementing this upcoming school year. Among these are staffing changes, including approximately 20 new employees, a new UPK program, expansion of the district's K-12 STEM program, including 10 new high school courses, the addition of a new technology teacher, and further development of makerspaces at Chester Elementary School and Chester Academy. And lastly, the expansion of the Chromebook program to all students in grades K through 12. We are all very excited about our new staff and our new programs that will elevate the level of services that we provide for our students. Last, I would like to talk briefly a little bit more about safety. Since we will no longer be offering a remote learning option to students, we expect all of our students to return to school on Wednesday. This will be the first time in 17 months that we have had a full complement of students, faculty, and staff in our schools on a daily basis. It will be more important than ever that everyone continues to be diligent in following safety measures. Everyone has an important role in safety. The best protection is prevention, and it will be incumbent upon us to educate ourselves and our students about how the protections and procedures that we have put into place are here for our safety. The best way that we can encourage compliance with important health and safety protocols is to educate everybody in our schools about the important roles that they play in following the safety guidelines that protect them individually and our school community collectively. It will not be enough to force compliance. In order to achieve acceptance and compliance, we must educate and reinforce healthy procedures vigilantly on an ongoing basis. In the end, we are all in this together, and it will require the efforts of everybody in our schools, from our non-instructional staff to our teachers, our students, their parents, and guardians, to ensure that everyone is following the health and safety requirements in order to ensure our safety. If we work together and accept responsibility for our safety and the safety of those around us, we put ourselves in the best possible position to navigate the challenges ahead of us. In closing, I would like to remind everyone the importance of maintaining a proper perspective going into this new school year. As the year begins, there will be some anxiety about returning to school. Our priorities for school reopening need to be focused on safety and the social and emotional needs of each other and our students. In addition to the pandemic, the past 17 months have been very tumultuous times in our country. as we have struggled with economic, social, and political turmoil. As the school year begins, we need to be aware of all these additional stressors, and we need to proceed slowly and carefully in acclimating our students to school. In order for any academic learning to take place, we will need to establish a school environment in which our students can feel safe and protected. It is our job to create this environment by providing a caring and supportive climate in our classrooms and in our schools. I would like to remind you all of the advantages of being in a small school and the ability to develop close relationships with the people that you work with, including our students and your co-workers. We will get through this together because we are a caring community and we are Chester strong. I wish you the best of luck in this upcoming school year. Please do not hesitate to contact me if there is anything that I can do to support you and the amazing things that you do for our students and community. And we would like to close today with a video that was prepared by Kathy O'Hara. And we will not be coming back following the video. So except for the video, this concludes our opening day assembly. I'd like to thank you all for your attention this morning. Have a good day and a great year. And Ms. O'Hara, if you would please present your video at this time. Thank you, Miss O'Hara, for those amazing memories and those reminders about why we're here. Have a great day, everyone, and let's go, Chester.